How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Tomorrow is the day. We are going to see whales start to accumulate. We already are right now. Let me show you the 10th largest wallet just aped in a lot of money in the last 48 hours into Bitcoin. I want to show that and talk about who could be buying right now. I did a little update video yesterday because crypto started to pump up, but I was in a garage. I didn't have access to a lot of the information I want to show you. So let's take a look at who could be buying right now. I mean, Bitcoin's pumping up 6.5%. So someone is buying. If you don't mind, hit subscribe, turn on that bell notification underneath the video to see future videos just like this one. I've been so excited. I've been waking up early recently, significantly earlier than I usually wake up, just to see the news. This is the bull run, baby. You want to be connected. You want to get as much information as possible. Now, speaking about getting as much information as possible, we recently created HGACCESS, where we have 10 different creators, maybe even more at certain points, who are giving you alpha, who are telling you what they're seeing behind the scenes when we go to parties, when we go to events, when we talk to different marketing agencies, when we talk to projects, telling you all that information. And it's connected to Discord as well. So we're going to start doing live streams just in the next week. And we're open to different suggestions, but there's already a lot of alpha in there. We're talking about microcaps, meme coins, narrative alpha plays, utility coins, pre-launches, altcoins, different reports that you can have. And you can also ask us questions as well on live streams, depending on what group you're part of. There's also a section where you can actually gain forever access as well. So check that out underneath the video. It's something that I don't think there's nothing like this anywhere else. So definitely check that out. And the pricing is never going to get cheaper. Just wink, wink. It's never going to get cheaper from here. Also, there's a link down there to Margex, where you can trade cryptocurrency on leverage. People are going to make mad amounts of money, crazy amounts of money. And leverage is one way that you can try to even amplify those gains. There's no KYC. There's no know your customer, which means they don't ask you a lot of information. It takes maybe 2 minutes to set up. You deposit, you get a deposit bonus. We can also ask them to add different cryptocurrencies. We did that for Caspa, got Caspa added, and we can request other cryptocurrencies. I saw some people asking about Bonk. I'm going to bring that up to them very soon. If you don't mind, check that out, along with a link to Blowfin as well. You can sign up for that exchange underneath the video. Now, Bitcoin has moved up a decent amount on the last 24 hours. It actually hit about $46,000 before. And in my video last night, I talked about how someone knew something. Someone knew something because we had a pretty big premium in Bitcoin futures on CME. It was at 46,000 and the price of Bitcoin was like 44,600 at the time. So someone was paying $1,400 more per Bitcoin than they had to trade on CME. Now, I don't know what they know yet. I'll be honest. Someone seems to think they know something. Now, we do know that there's going to be some buying in the next 24 hours. For example, Blackrock is going to be buying about $10 million worth of Bitcoin. It's expected tomorrow. I saw something about maybe January 5 now, but I still believe it's January 3, which is in the next 24 hours, they're going to be buying a significant amount. But this $10 million doesn't really push up the price of Bitcoin this much, like 6.5%. I suppose some people could be trying to front run that, but that's honestly not that big an amount compared to what we've seen in the past. Maybe Saudi Aramco. I saw some people saying maybe Saudi Aramco is buying some Bitcoin. We know that they've already partnered with different groups to build Web3 tech. We know recently they signed an MOU with Japan's SBI, exploring digital asset investments. So it could be that one of the most profitable companies in the world is buying Bitcoin, or it could be someone's trying to get in front of Bitwise. I don't know. I don't think Bitwise told us when they'd be buying, but they did say that they were planning to buy ahead of the halving, and they plan on buying $200 million. So maybe they're buying. It's unsure at this point. But I can show you a couple of Bitcoin wallets that bought a significant amount recently. This is the 10th largest Bitcoin holder in the world, and they just deposited 8,888.88888 Bitcoin, which is about $379 million worth of Bitcoin in their wallet. They also have not sold ever, really. I mean, the most that they've sold is 0.05. Looks like right when they deposit, just to see if it was easy enough to withdraw. And then you can see these little bits of red, but it's like $1 or $2, $5, $1. So they've really never taken money out. Now they have $3 billion of Bitcoin. That's nuts. And they just did this in the last few days. Now, that wasn't yesterday's pump. I mean, I suppose they could be buying on an exchange linking rate to make another deposit, but this was from a few days ago. Here's another wallet that just opened up a few days ago and deposited 16,000 Bitcoin in. Did no tests or anything like that, just deposited 16,000 Bitcoin and is done. Kind of crazy, but this was just opened within the last week as well. So in my opinion, it's probably some front running, some people, some institutions, maybe hedge funds trying to get in ahead of when some of these ETFs seed their funds. Now, keep in mind, like we've only seen 2 different companies talk about seeding their ETF, but all of them will have to do it. There are 12 different ETFs, so it's probably going to range from a few million to a few hundred million, maybe even more than 200 million, because what are the chances that one of the first 2 of 12 has the most? We could see 300 million flow into one of these. And this is just the seeding. This shows you there is some pent-up demand. Now, we don't know exactly when the ETF is going to be approved. Some people thought Tuesday, Wednesday maybe. Now some people are thinking it will be later this week. But honestly, I don't really care. Now, some people are also a little bit bearish. For example, this person, Gabber, who is the founder of Pointsville, strategic advisor to Tether and Van Eck. They say, in my view, people tend to overestimate the initial impact of Bitcoin ETFs. I think maybe a few hundred million in flows, mostly recycled money. Long term, people tend to underestimate the impact of the spot Bitcoin ETF. If history is any guide, gold is worth studying as a parallel. I agree with this. I don't care what happens in the first week, the first month, really. I mean, it would be nice to see some big inflows, but this is about the long-term growth of the asset class. This is about getting tens of millions, hundreds of millions of people access to Bitcoin that didn't have access before. And that's what I care about, is when it starts being included in retirement accounts, when hedge funds start buying, when we see it in pensions and stuff like that. That is what I really care about, not the initial, some asset manager, some rich person puts in 200K or $1 million or something like that. I want adoption, which comes from those big seismic shifts where people start including it in retirement date funds. So that is what I'm really excited about. When this gets approved, I don't think it's necessarily priced in, whether we see a pump or not. If I had to guess, I don't think it's priced in completely. We've already seen excitement the last few days, and we know exactly what's going to happen. If anything, we're still just waiting on the news. It seems like it's going to happen, but there's going to be a lot of volatility when this actually happens, which is why I do say there's a link to Margex underneath the video in case you want to trade cryptocurrency. There's going to be a lot of volatility, and you can make some real good money on that. There are also deposit bonuses when you use those links. A lot of altcoins looking really good as well. Solana up 8.2%. It's a good day. I hope you're all doing well. I hope your New Year's is starting smoothly. And I will see you in the next video. Again, there's links to HGACCESS and to Blowfin and Margex underneath the video. Thanks.